But y'all, welcome y'all to another episode of the Presidential Executive. What's going on, y'all? This your boy right here, JB. This is my brother over here, El Presidente Rag. Man, they already know what's going on with you, man. You've been talking to them, you know what I'm saying, for the last 10 minutes or something like that. But we're just trying to get some Facebook action going on together to see if we can kind of do multiple streams, because we know we got. Because our age group is kind of really on Facebook too, and then YouTube. We know YouTube is YouTube, but you know, trying to get a little action going on Facebook. But we got maybe Crown Victor, maybe take care of that for us. So if it does, it does. We'll let you know when we live on Facebook. If we not, we're gonna try to do it next time, whatever, man. But go ahead and like this video right now if you haven't already. I see a couple likes already. The people already did that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and like this video, man. Help us out with the algorithm. Over
Man,
500 subscribers.
Yeah. Close to 6.
Close to 6.
We getting close to 6.
Yeah. So y'all, you know, we growing slowly but surely. But y'all see the thumbnail, man. Y'all know what we here for. You know, everybody been you know, kind of chiming in, talking about it. We talked about him maybe a month or so ago. On our first, I think it was exposure season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he was talking about all the other stuff, I think it was Diddy, Vince McMahon, and all the other people.
TD
like
Jakes.
Was it TD? Yeah. You know, so TD Jakes and all that stuff, man. But you know, old Diddy. You know, and I just want to start off with this, man, with Diddy, because you know we grew up with his music. We grew up, you know what I'm saying, with you know the Bad Boy stuff, the Biggie, him and what's the big exec that actually gave him a chance? He passed. Andre Harrell. You know, making a band and all this stuff, man. So I say this with, you know, all that stuff in mind, and actually use one of his words that he actually used on making a band, you know, bitch assness. Bitch assness, I think it was, making a band, you know what I'm saying? And so, and I think that's probably a proper word probably to use with Diddy in this moment, with all the stuff with the CNN exclusive, beating down Cassie. You know, it's just, I ain't gonna lie, like, you know, certain stuff when I see it, I don't cringe. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, oh wow, this is another Tuesday, another Thursday. You know, stuff happened. You know, but when I saw 50 Cent shared it first.
Right, of course.
You know what I mean? So we know 50 gonna get on it. So 50, he shared it, says a CNN exclusive, and then all I saw was Diddy coming out in a towel, walking down the hall like he, you know, one of your teachers, you know, when you get in trouble. And then he caught up with her, and I guess in the in the lobby, and near the elevator. 'Cause I think she was trying to leave, obviously. And then, yeah, man, he just, I think he snatched her, then he hit her, then he kicked her. You know, so I want to break it down, but just I want to give my initial reaction. My whole initial reaction was just like, wow, like he really hit Cassie like she was a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like with no, you know what I'm saying, remorse or anything like that. Then dragged her. Then I think they had another video when they was in the hotel. He throwing vases and flowers and other stuff like that at her. And so it's like, that was what it was. But we're not even surprised about that, because I think we knew what this was when we knew that he settled, you know, out of court with all this stuff, and she got $30-40 million, whatever that was. So to me, it wasn't that he actually did it. Like, I think this is not really surprised. What shocked me was when I looked on Instagram and I saw that he was actually making an apology on Instagram, and he thought his PR team or whatever thought that was okay.
That was fucked up.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, wow, like we Captain Obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope you were. I hope you weren't in your right mind. So him just even apologizing to me is just like open up a whole new box to where he just should have shut up, made a statement through his lawyers or legal team, and let that be. You know, because it's nothing at all that he could have said on the Instagram live or what recorded thing he said to even bring any type of resolve to it. You know what I'm saying? To me, you kind of worried about the wrong thing. You worried about your public image. Like, this is beyond a public image. Who cares about your public image at this point? You just trying to live. You trying to stay out of cell block 1, as what Kendrick says. You know what I mean? So it's like him even saying something on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, but Instagram like that was like he worried about the wrong thing, because if you worried about your public image and what your 20 million followers gonna think, it's like that's where you messed up at. You know what I mean? Like, it's more to be said, but go ahead, man.
I mean, I'm just reminded of a scene in this movie. You may have seen it, called Minister Society.
Oh, yes.
My boy Kane was in jail, and you know, he talked about what time he dropped the beer or what he bought the beer or whatever, and then when the detective caught him in the lie, and he was like, "You know you fucked up, don't you? You know that, right? You fucked up."
Perfect. Yep.
And forget him being fucked up. When I saw the vid, like, all I see is this video may be disturbing. All I see is this nigga come down the hallway, chest out, with a bath towel wrapped around. Like, you didn't even bother to put on clothes, nigga.
He has some footies on.
That man, like, you thought Tupac was walking hard in that video in the hotel in Vegas. No, Diddy was walking with intent.
He was.
Okay, and let me say this. I'm not one of those people. I believe that it's a situation where everybody can get their ass whooped.
Yeah.
Man, woman, male, female, dog, child, whatever. It's situations that exist. You're a father. Somebody messing with your babies. It don't matter who they are.
Oh, no doubt.
You sitting there like, oh, well, it's a woman or an old person. I got to talk. No. If you don't put hands on that person, like, I'm going to be looking at you sideways.
Yeah.
Somebody mess with your wife. Fine. Let's take those situations and put them over here. It's no reason as a man, unless a woman, like, pulls a gun or not, like, try to stab you or something like that.
Life-threatening situation.
If y'all are having an argument, it's nothing. Like, now, if she's leaving, it's no reason for you to go. Now, if she, again, like, that's a gray area. Again, another movie. What's that movie? Family That Prays. When she told homeboy, like, oh, I've been messing with him since we got married, and that ain't even your son. Like, like, you know. But if that don't happen, she ain't got no. So that we know that conversation didn't happen.
No.
So what? Like, it's no reason for you to be chasing this woman down the hallway, and then, like you said, like, I thought that was gonna be the first thing you said, but like, this nigga throwing vases.
Vases, bro.
Like, do you know how
much? Crazy.
Like, cause like you ain't never seen no cartoon, no movie, no TV show where when a vase hits like, I ain't never seen nobody get hit with the vase, and the vase instantly is finna shatter.
Yeah.
Like, that's what vases do.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, again, like, my initial reaction, I'm just like, I'm thinking about what you said, like, the level of bitch assness that you have in you. Okay, again, I personally, the only time I've ever put my hand on a woman, last time I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
In middle school. And the girl took her hand with her nails and, like, you know how somebody mush you? Like, she mushed me. And my initial reaction was, you get mushed, I came back.
Yeah.
And that's actually how I lost the fight, because after I hit her, and then, you know, she went full good, like, she grabbed, like, oh my God. And I hear my dad, like, you don't put your hands on a woman.
Yeah.
And so I turned my back on her, and she gave me the work.
Yeah.
2 fights I lost in middle school, at the school, both of them was in 6th grade, 7th grade. Same thing. My initial reaction, bam, oh, you're not supposed to hit a girl, turn my back. That gave me the work.
Yeah.
So since I was 12 years old, wasn't even a teenager, as I got into manhood, them conversations with my dad, with my parents, like, you don't put your hands on you, like, okay, man, fuck women's lib and all that bullshit. Yeah. I'm not going to put my hands on no woman. Now, if you want to test, like, you know, do something to somebody I love, that's a different thing. Yeah. But just because you talking, I can make you more mad with you talking than I can by putting my hands on you.
Yeah.
So my initial reaction, like, you said it best with the word that he used in making the man bitch assness.
Yeah, and the whole thing about, I don't know, it obviously was stuff come out like this. A lot of stuff is circulating. Remember when Ellen came out? The Ellen show, I think it was. Ellen had a Diddy on there some years ago. I don't know when it was. Maybe it was like it was fresh off of the Chris Brown Rihanna stuff. And Ellen asked Diddy like, "What do you think about this situation?"
Right.
And Diddy basically danced around the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
He was like, pretty much, man, we don't know their business. You know what I'm saying? First of all, he said kind of what you said. I don't condone anyone hitting anyone. You know what I'm saying? Man or woman. So he said that he made his first point. Then he was like, well, personally, we don't know their business. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to get into it or speculate. Basically, hindsight, looking back what he said then and looking at what happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not what just happened, but what the video just came out. It looking like
basically Diddy was like, all he did was punch in the face.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't say nothing about that.
It looked like he been hitting women for a minute. And I put the example out there, when I got caught for a DUI, a drug and alcohol and stuff like that. Okay, people can make excuses. I heard other people in the comments make it like, hey man, people make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? God, forgive them and stuff like that. But when I caught for the DUI, that wasn't the first time I drove drunk. That wasn't the first time I drove under the influence. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That's just the first time that I actually got caught. You know what I mean? So same thing. With anything with Diddy, if you think that's the first time that he laid hands on Cassie for one, or another woman, whoever, or
he broke
Kim
Kim Porter's nose.
Yeah, exactly. Kim Porter, his now deceased ex-wife. You know what I mean? So man.
Were they actually married, or was she just the mother of his children?
They were married at one point.
Oh, okay.
At one point,
I didn't know that they were.
But they divorced, I believe, for whatever reason. But so just because you see him doing this at one time, I think it's clear that this dude obviously been doing this for years. You know what I'm saying? But man,
A mistake is, and again, I don't know why these movie references are coming, but you remember He Got Game.
Wow.
Remember what got Denzel sent to prison?
Yeah.
That was a mistake. Remember? Because he was getting on Ray Allen's character when he was a little boy, and she tried to grab him, and he kind of jerked his arm away and knocked her back, and she fell and hit her head like on the table or something like that.
True that.
He didn't actually turn and punch, like he just kind of was shrugging her off. That was an accident.
That was an accident.
So how you said accidents can happen, situation like that, yes, he deserved to go to jail for that in that movie, but that was an accident. I don't know how the fuck you accidentally break somebody's nose with your fist.
Yeah.
I don't know how you accidentally throw vases with a bath towel wrapped around. Because again, it ain't like this video and it was chopped up. But this is happening over several minutes. It's not like, oh, he goes and pushes her down or something and then he goes. But no.
They chopped it up.
Yeah. Like, you know how your parents used to say when we was kids, I'm going to beat you like you stole something? Mm-hmm. Like, he beat her like she stole something.
Literally.
Like that. Like.
Literally. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, like, and I've said this before on the thing, like, I don't take situations like this lightly being an abuse survivor. I've been on that side of it when you're defenseless and you're helpless and you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And as a little kid, and again, different time when we grew up, if a woman touched you, like older men, like, oh, you lucky boy, you should be happy. You know what I'm saying? You at the barbershop, oh, at least we know you ain't gay. Like that was the conversation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a lot of dealing with trauma and therapy for that or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I also, again have lost a cousin to domestic violence. And another one almost, had to be hospitalized. Yeah. Similar situation. So I don't take these situations lightly. At the same time though, I've been on the other side of it. Where the worst thing a woman can say about a man is accuse you of that. And it's just like how, like you said, when you got caught with we make excuses of why we do it or whatever. But when we was in class or whatever at a job and you had maybe a white supervisor or something, first time you got in trouble, what's the worst thing you could say to your supervisor?
What are you talking about when you first get in trouble?
Yeah, no, or like if you get in trouble, you get fired or something, you get written up and by your white supervisor. What is our defense mechanism to say that'll make the white supervisor look bad?
You doing it because of how I look.
Right.
Because I'm black.
You're a racist.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing that can happen to him, especially if it's not true.
Yeah.
Because now he can't shake it. So now every time he deals with somebody black, you're going to be looking at that situation.
Yeah, they're going to be looking at what
you see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I'm not one that defends people like Diddy because on the one hand, like I said, I know that other side of it.
Yeah.
But then I also know the danger because let's say it wasn't no Cassie video. Well, how he gonna come back? How could his career recover? And you got people trying to sue out the wazoo. You got the feds raiding all his homes and everything like that. Again, the energy for the apology is never as strong as the energy when people are trying to take you down.
Never.
And so that's why when we do what we do, and I'm glad, especially as we've grown in doing it, I'm glad we have days in between when something happens and when we actually do it because we got time to gather more information to see, seek out other references and stuff like this. But in this situation, and like initially, what was we always saying? The alleged allegations.
Yeah.
The fact that he said, and you mentioned it earlier, the fact that he settled don't look good. And I was letting you finish, but actually, and this is why I believe that all this stuff is coming out. She, the fee that she wanted was $30 million. Mm. She actually got considerably less than that.
What'd she get?
So it wasn't like closer to 2, but that's how much. Like I said, I'd be listening to Art of
$2 million?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And so, but they were saying
I just remember 30 last
right now that was like, so the reason why she still may testify if the feds are getting them is because she didn't get that full 30. You know what I'm saying? She just got something. Mm-hmm. But that was why he was so quick with it. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, we don't want to go to court, and then you get the full 30. Like, all right, look, here $2 million. Like, don't say nothing. But and guess what? She took the $2 million. Right? But
it was 2 though. I didn't even because I remember it was 40, but I thought I remember like 30.
No, so like I said, I've been watching because one thing about shout out to Vlad TV.
$2 million,
but Vlad will just like with the Tupac stuff and that Vlad will, when he sinks his teeth into something, like everybody he talks to, he'll interview. Mm-hmm. And it was either Gene Deal who used to be the security for Puffy, or it was somebody else that was close to Puffy, but they was like, no, like it was considerably less than that. But that was why he did it so quick, because if you do it out of court that quick, you ain't got no money and you instantly getting $2 million. And I want to say in a situation like that, it's tax free. Yeah. So you ain't got to give up that 40% like you normally do. You know what I'm saying? You got $2 million straight. You gonna take that, or you gonna try to? You see what I'm saying? Because if you go to court, you got to give your lawyer some money. So 30 ain't 30 still. You know what I'm saying? That's you risking you may not get it versus him coming to give you 2 straight up.
No, I thought it was literally like 30. Even then, I was like, she got lowballed.
Right? No, she got considerably lowballed. So
yeah, she definitely only got 2 or 3 million. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. And actually, I remember on the episode, I believe he came out with a statement, or maybe went on Instagram or something. He said that he denied those allegations of what she was accusing him of, as far as beating him and sex trafficking and all that stuff like that. So, and another issue I have with this, and obviously coming from a point to like, look, man, we know it was messed up and everything, kind of what happened, but I think you said sometimes on this show too, just like people can have a bad day. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And let's just assume Diddy might have had a, you know what I mean? Let's assume he just had a whatever bad day, and you know what I mean. But it's like, okay, at the end of the day, we believe, you know what I'm saying. Hope he can repent from this and get whatever he need to get done, from a situation. But I remember him denying that any of this actually happened, and so I was bringing this up to say the point to where now you only saying this apologizing because the video came out. Because the video came out, you know what I mean? Because it's different. Just like if he would have came out when Cassie put this stuff out there and be like, look, I had my times, or you know what I'm saying, I was in a different mindset at this point, such and such happens. But when you come out and say, I don't know what you're talking about, you know what I'm saying, I mean, we gonna fight this to the death. And then, but now when the actual video come out, now you're gonna say, hey, you know what I'm saying, I went through some therapy. I was in a real messed up time, you know what I'm saying, during this point in my life, and I'm disgusted with myself. You know what I mean? Like, wow.
Dude. And we, you know what? Like, so when this goes to court, especially criminal, the object, let's say you got accused of something, you don't have to prove you're innocent. They have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you're guilty.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, like, if you can't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that I'm guilty, don't matter what everybody think or what we think we know or, no, if it's a reasonable doubt.
Yep.
Well, that video, ain't no reasonable doubt. That's you, nigga.
Yeah.
With the bath towel, ain't no reasonable doubt.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And again, it is good that we have that because let's say it wasn't no video, right?
Right.
And I you know what? I'm gonna mess with you because I'm gonna juxtapose this with your boy who you just swear is guilty, OJ. But
yes.
again, wasn't no video. All we got is the evidence and it's people who got caught on the stand and said they planted evidence, and you know what I'm saying, had a history of planting evidence. So like, you're putting a reasonable doubt. So even if this nigga guilty, you putting a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
But I'll say this: you remember you had a situation a few years ago where you had two boys, and one of them was using the bathroom where he wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah.
And all of the evidence pointed to the son that you thought was guilty. Because he had used it on himself and stuff like that. And then when you asked him about it, what'd he do? He got emotional. Yeah. He started crying. Yeah. All of the evidence had pointed, and you would have been justified because all the evidence pointed. But come to find out, it actually was something else.
Yeah.
And that's why, again, with the reasonable doubt, unless you for sure got a confirmation, all of the evidence can point at somebody. And it actually be something else.
Yeah, no doubt.
You see what I'm saying? And in that situation, I remember when you told me about it, and as you're telling me, I'm thinking like, well, man, maybe you need to, have them sit down and talk with somebody, or, maybe you need to stop giving them water at a certain time. Right. And it's not even him.
Yeah.
But so, again, with this situation with Diddy, it ain't no, man, fuck a bloody glove, nigga. Right, we got the, matter of fact, we got OJ in Vegas. We got him on every camera coming down the hallway. Vegas, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So, again, this same nigga that's like, oh, the truth is going to come out. The truth is going to speak for me. And again, and man.
Yeah. I think this is just a tip of the iceberg stuff. I think all this stuff is just a tip of the iceberg. You know what I'm saying? As far as this coming out, and then remember other allegations about him possibly killing his ex-wife or Kim Porter.
Yeah,
and obviously, allegedly, other stuff out there. Years ago, we know the stories about him, setting up Pac, potentially.
It's been passed around. They said, you're not making it up.
No,
they did say that he put money out.
Yeah, and so that and a lot of other stuff too. Just like we clearly know he has demon mode. You know what I'm saying? He clearly has that to where he can go somewhere, maybe to the unthinkable. Like all the other rumors that you heard about, we with the other stuff with the no Diddy stuff. I mean, we just know about that. You know what I'm saying? Right. That is what it is. But as far as him, I think a lot of other stuff gonna come out against him, and I think it's gonna be like what Cat Williams said. Cat said it earlier this year. He set the table pretty much for all this stuff.
I mean, and again, and going back to this, and again, y'all check that video out. If y'all haven't, it's on the page. The Cat got your tongue one. But oh man, that nigga was capping. He making all that stuff, and wow.
Yep.
Wow.
He batting pretty good.
I mean, I'm just saying, a 95 is still an A.
Yeah, he batting. He batting nice.
I mean, like think about it like this.
Batting real
if we voted for somebody,
and
they did 50% of the stuff that they said they was gonna do, you'd be like, that was a good ass president.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we can't even 50? Get a president to do 30% of what they said.
About to say 50 is magical.
Most presidents gonna do one thing, maybe two.
Yeah.
That you said you was gonna do.
Yep.
Most presidents are batting 10%.
Yep.
So for a nigga that came out and said that this stuff is going on, and he named different people and different stuff, and man, it just left and right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like
it's different, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like again, and going back to like I just cannot harp on it enough. And I'll tell on myself a little bit, like I said, alluded to being in a position in a situation.
Mm-hmm.
You being in court, and again, like I had that same energy. I ain't do nothing wrong.
Yep.
And fortunately for me, I don't delete nothing. But fortunately for me, I had all the text messages.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, now you saying what you're saying. And I mean, did the good act, being all dramatic and doing all this stuff. And I mean, and this is what people don't understand. The looks that people give you. When I tell you the way them bailiffs was looking at me and the people, the clerks and stuff, like looking at me like I ain't shit.
Yeah.
Like their faces are saying you ain't shit.
No, all
and
too
you,
well.
You knew about this. Like I told you the whole time. But like I said, all I did was, I was like, okay, Your Honor. I said, first of all, I'm going to read you something that was given to me by her.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, just beautiful Father's Day cards talking about what type of guy I was and how I treated, her children and everything, and how I showed them, a love they had never experienced. And I read that out, and I said, but also, I said, I'm looking at what I'm being accused of, and I said, what I noticed is, I said, it's interesting. It got the dates on there. And I said, the only problem is I wasn't even in the state.
Yep.
I said, so hypothetically speaking, even if I was guilty, like you're saying it was these days, I wasn't even in the state. So I pulled up, man, got my email, showed my flight stuff. You see what I'm saying? So now again, you talking about your video evidence and your phone evidence clearing you. You know what I'm saying? Like he looks and see like, okay, I see your email, I see your flight stuff, I see when you booked your flight, I see when you landed, I see when you got off the plane. I said, but also, Your Honor, I said, I got text messages while this supposedly was going on.
Yeah.
And when I tell you all of those fake tears and stuff, because he read the text messages out in court.
Mm-hmm.
And they was explicit. Not me, not what I was saying, what she was saying.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there, he put them up on the screen, and he's reading them. When I tell you all of a sudden them tears magically disappeared.
Of course.
And then it was like, but the response was, oh, well, Roche is strategic. So you mean to tell me I knew months ago that you was going to come up with a lie and I just strategically kept no, I didn't have a reason. And I said, Your Honor, I didn't have a reason to delete the text messages. We were.
Mm-hmm.
I said I just didn't delete them. But now again, so take that situation where the evidence cleared somebody.
Yeah.
Bro, your evidence show you in a bath towel coming down the hallway, throwing vases, kicking this woman. Like you said, fight, not just but you're fighting her like she's a man.
Yeah, literally, bro.
But you ain't never kept that energy with no other man.
No, not like that. Not like that. And also, I want to say we live on Facebook right now. Just got the info, so we live on Facebook, y'all. FYI. So, but yeah, the whole thing clearly is just obviously it's despicable, but it's like, in terms like this, like you will be in the right no matter where you are to call, Diddy a bitch at this point.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Just because of how he did it, and again, him apologizing, pretty much after the fact, pretty much just, to me, further, puts to the forefront his character and really kind of what he's always been about, what he is about. Because at this point, like, to me, why are you even worried about your public image or what, you know what I'm saying, your followers or whatever do at this point? It is what it is. You got caught beating, you know what I'm saying, Cassie, and so that's what it is. You come up with a statement. You try to, I don't see how you stay out of jail. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure how that does. It's been 8 years ago.
Unfortunately, that situation.
So how does that work?
Put them in jail.
Okay,
because
okay,
it is a statute of limitation.
Correct. That's why it was like 8 years ago.
And again, go back to the parents thing. If one of your sons, let's say he stole some money out of your wallet, right, and you caught him, and he ain't just been stealing money, he been stealing your money out of your wallet, out of your wife's purse, and everything like that. So now, let's say something happens at the school and it's somebody been stealing out the backpacks. What's your first thought gonna be? Let's say your other kid, somebody, now he may be innocent, but guess what? Now every time it's something similar to that.
Yeah.
Somebody been stealing snacks out the refrigerator. He may not even be on the snacks like that because you stole out your mama's purse.
You got a record.
You got caught stealing out my wallet.
You got a record.
You see what I'm saying? So now every time something like that happens, people are going to be more likely to believe it, especially because, now, let's not get it twisted.
Whether it's true or not, I'm with you.
I'm pretty sure if it's not us, we know people who have accused bosses or supervisors or police officers for being racist or whatever. Don't always mean that that's the case.
Yeah.
But if you get proven to be that, because anybody can say that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's natural for and I ain't gonna pick on our boy Todd necessarily because he ain't been over in a while, but it'd be natural if we had a Caucasian guest on and we were talking about some stuff and we say, oh, y'all are reverse racist, which is impossible unless we actually own something. Like I don't even own my house yet. You know what I'm saying? Like I could be a racist in my house, you know what I'm saying, once I pay for it, but come on, that's a system.
Yeah.
But it'd be easy for somebody to say that doesn't mean it's true. But now if somebody was able to prove that, then now every time somebody says it, that's what it is.
Oldest son, we go through this a lot with him. EJ will lie to your face. Clearly.
I remember you talking.
You know what I'm saying? And so
rubbing his hands.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and I told him, like, because, well, I ain't gonna say nothing because he do be watching sometimes. So I ain't even gonna.
Oh yeah, how old is he? 9?
About to be 9. He about to be 9. So, you know, I'm not gonna say what's real or what's not because, you know, we got some stuff, you know, allegedly going around. But he lies to your face and then he gets caught red-handed. Until even when he get caught red-handed, he gonna hold on to the lie to the death of it. And he'll even put on an act. He'll cry about it, put a victim about it. Oh, y'all made me do this. Y'all did it. And I told him, I'm like, look, EJ, you have become such an habitual liar that it don't matter if Toby do something, Aiden do something, Abby do something, and we ask who did it, they're going to point at you, and we just going to believe them. Because most of the time, either you doing it, or you lying. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm like, you don't.
And then you get caught.
Exactly. So I'm just like, you don't want to become a liar because whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, we always going to think it's you. Because you, not only have you did it, you lied to our face with it. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, even with, all it takes is one time. Just like with the whole Drake and Kendrick thing. We took that one time with, well, not even a couple times with the person, Millie Bobby Brown. Millie Bobby Brown and the other 17-year-old.
No, it's another actress too, though.
Okay. Who?
Yeah, no, that was Millie Bobby, but it was another one because I was reading our comments.
Oh, okay.
And it was like,
oh yeah, they got a lot of info.
It was like, it was one. She was like, oh, he texted me and told me he missed me, how much he missed me and everything like that. But go ahead.
Nah, but him, you having evidence, you can have one or two times. You know what I'm saying? And you being around whoever, like, but if somebody said, that's why I said Kendrick had the best lies, because not only that, his stuff can be proven. Whether you want to say he's currently doing it or not,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We had with
you got some explaining to do.
You got some explaining. So just like with Kelly, we saw Kelly with Aaliyah when she was 15, 16 years old on Video Soul with Big Les on the thing.
He put her name in the song. Go back and listen to that 1991 song when it was R. Kelly in Public Announcement. That song, one of the hit songs they had was That Vibe. And at the end of the song,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
she's got that vibe.
He did say that. He did.
She was like 12 then.
I remember that. I don't know who pointed that out on the internet.
So you been a sicko.
Yeah, that's correct. Now I do remember. I don't know who pointed that out, but I went back and listened to it. I was like, he did say, And so,
hell, it make me wonder if all the other girls he was naming was teenagers.
Right.
But she wasn't even a teenager. She was a 7th grader.
She was 7th grade at that time?
12?
Right. You got that vibe?
Yeah, you was a 7th grader.
Yeah.
You're either 12 starting 7th grade or you're 12 going on 13. You're turning 13 while you're in the set. But you should start off, if you started kindergarten at the age of 5, by the time you get to 7th grade, you are 12 years old.
Yeah. You're 12, 13. Yeah. And even with it now, I don't know if you heard what our boy said about Dr. Umar. Now, Dr. Umar, he put out there that he think that Diddy's going to get back into power. He's going to get back to, pretty much saying what it was. And then, obviously, he had something to say about Cassie being a light-skinned woman or half-baked, or however he called it, and it would be different if it was a dark-skinned woman. We wouldn't be in such, it would be a whole different story. We wouldn't care as much, because it's somebody that's lighter skin, whatever with that. But this whole thing, bro, I don't see how we know Diddy. There's no way I don't think he gets back to that status. You know what I mean? Being as public and being as out there as he was.
I will say this, and I've said this before, and I know people kind of, Shay, you just being a cynic, you being skeptical, but let's go back to the boy we just mentioned. The first time when the Aaliyah allegations came out, what did R. Kelly do? Mid-90s, I Believe I Can Fly. You on the song with Kirk Franklin. You remember? There's a man standing on, like he in that song, right? He about to put out a gospel album. All of a sudden the stuff go away. He back to making the Chocolate Factory. What's my boy Kanye? Again, when they said that he fell out of fat, then all of a sudden Jesus King. Yeah. Then all of a sudden now he's a billionaire, or you're worth a bit, so many billion, and then all of a sudden you kind of go back into that territory where you trolling Kim K and Pete Davidson and everything like that. You ain't doing the church stuff no more. You got your wife with her butt cheeks out. Your new wife. You know what I'm saying? But then so
you think that's a little different?
Umar alluded to,
I think that's a little different with Diddy.
No, what I'm saying is that historically, especially within the black community, what we do is when we get in trouble, we automatically run to the church or some type of faith. You know what I'm saying? Because that gets people, he's saved now, and we got to understand in the same way that the white Constantine, who ended up being the emperor of Rome, used his faith to take over the world. Yeah. And he knew what he was doing, and he let a lot of stuff get within the church because he wasn't really serious. The same dude that had his wife executed so he could marry somebody else. But he talked about the Lord's side. He knew what he was doing. That's a ploy that a lot, and that's all he was saying. I'm not saying that if he did that's what it actually is, because I do believe that you judge a tree by the fruit, right?
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, again, I'm not
fruit inspectors,
right? I mean, because people look at me, Shay, man, you be cussing, you drink, okay, but again, look at my fruit. Look at MKJ, and tell me if my fruit bad. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So now again, yes, do I believe in speaking my mind? Yes, I definitely do that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But look at like the other week, and I don't broadcast that, but it was a couple of weeks ago. You wanted to do that, and I was like, okay, I told you what I had going on again. But this the same dude that be drinking and yakking cussing. But yeah, no, I still live my life a certain way.
Right.
I just believe in what I'm thinking. I'm gonna share exactly what I'm thinking, and I don't care who hears it or knows it. So now I'm not saying that if Diddy goes back up, I don't know if Jake's is the person to go to, especially with all them "Have you ever been swallowed" memes and stuff. But if he did, I would hope it would be a legit thing, and not okay. I'm doing this now for a couple of years, and then I'm finna be back there. Take that. On drug fuel rants and throwing bottles in the club and fighting with J. Cole and whoever else they was, Chris Brown or Drake or whoever else they was fighting with in the club. Like, that's all I'm saying.
No, I think this whole thing with Diddy, I think he's been seeing this coming down the pike for years. You know what I mean? I think he's been trying to rebrand himself the last few years as Brother Love. The last few years, you knew he been giving back the masters to his former artists and stuff like that. Stuff that he's been like on a chokehold for years. Like, nah, I'm not doing this. And so now, I think I mentioned this maybe in the previous season. I was like, it's kind of interesting that he's like all of a sudden kind of bringing all this stuff or is willing to now get more allies. You know what I'm saying? Give Mace back his stuff. The stuff he was talking about with who was it? Loon, I think it was. It was Loon. Loon and a few other people. And so now it's like, then he rebranded himself as Brother Love and, you know, saying, look, man, I'm, you know, my past is my past. And you know what I'm saying? I'm all about love now and this. And so I think he saw this coming for a while. And so now people just kind of, you know, even with the settlement he did with Cassie, I just think he's smart. You know what I'm saying? He's calculated. And I think everybody that he gave back their masters to, I believe they had to sign an NDA too in order for them to get back their masters. So look, I give you back your masters, but look, you can't say any of the private discussions we've had or anything that I said prior to or, you know, any of that. So all this stuff to me has always been a setup coming to this point. And if anybody can try to wiggle, and I say it's a little different with Diddy because R. Kelly had the gift for singing. So anybody that has a talent to sing, to rap, like Diddy ain't got that. So he would have to produce a song, but ain't nobody gonna care if he produce a song. You know what I'm saying? He can't really articulate himself artistically to make people forget, you know what I'm saying, this. Like Kanye, we know he can not only make crazy beats sonically, but he can put words together. You know what I'm saying? He can do this. He can get somebody to say what he want to say. Like Diddy ain't got that. So
no, I mean Diddy's it's levels of and I believe his motivational gift is that of leadership.
Correct. I agree.
And so now again, if you're not in the scriptures, that may go over your head, but it's different types of it. So like his production, how you said, is not one where he's playing the instrument and but he'll hear something like you be playing something like, okay, hold on, keep doing that. All right, you know, Vic, come on, do this. All right, Shay, you like that is how he constructs it. So like he can see it, even though he doesn't have the capability to actually do it. That is his gift.
That is.
You see what I'm saying? And so whether you're a CEO of a Fortune 500 company or in that instance, like he's not Prince. Like you said, Prince was the type of guy, like Prince was like a Kanye. Prince could play every single instrument. Prince could write the song, and Prince could sing the song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson was more like, okay, Mike could sing, Mike could entertain you with the dance, but Mike kind of had that ear, like kind of a Diddy. So even though, right, he could make the sound, at least he could make the sound. Like
he could make it, yeah.
You know, Quincy Jones, another part, like Diddy don't have that, right?
Yeah.
So to your point, ain't no coming back in that capacity. I was in like, cause you was talking about how like he was giving everybody their masters back, and I've always felt this way. Like if you do me wrong, you ain't got to necessarily say you sorry. Just do better.
Just do better.
Your actions will show me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you messed up, I bought some new white shoes and you, man, accidentally was running in and you just trampled over them. I mean, you could apologize. They don't fix my. But if you come in, man, you give me the reshoevinator and you come start cleaning them off, or you, hey, bro, you know I missed. Man, look, here you go. Well, then at least, even if it ain't the shoes that I had, even if it's not worth the same, your actions have shown me that you are sorry, that you are apologetic, that you are seeking forgiveness for that. The way he could have done that, not just giving the masters, but like, man, you worth 800 million. What's me giving you your masters back and dropping you off a meal?
Right.
Or giving you stock within my, you know what I'm saying? You got Ciroc, you got all this, what's the music
Revolt?
thing? Revolt.
Yeah,
like, what, I mean, because now, and all you got to do is be like, hey, man, you know what? I was young and dumb, but when you know better, you do better. And that's all you got to say.
Yep.
You, ain't nobody going, oh, man, let me go sign this NDA. And I'll give you a perfect example. Lunel, the comedian, older black lady, short hair, blonde.
Yeah. With Cat Williams, right?
Right, she's with Cat, but she's always on Vlad TV. And she says, like, she said 2 people she'll never talk bad about. She said she'll never talk bad about Cat Williams. She'll never talk bad about Vlad. She said she don't talk bad about Cat Williams because she's seen his generosity to people. She said when she was there, he always put her on, and she's one of the first people that he grabbed. So again, it's a level of loyalty because she was treated right. She said with Vlad, when it was like a recession had hit like a few years back, and she was like in a jam, he helped her out, put money in her hand, helped her take care of some bills and stuff like that. And Vlad didn't even actually, I mean, you know, Vlad will take credit for a lot of stuff, but he didn't even take credit. Like, he didn't even promote it. Like, Lunel was actually the one that put that out there. And so, and I brought those examples up because when you treat people right, you ain't got to make nobody sign no NDA.
Nope.
Even if you previously have done them wrong, if you come back, I'm going to show some loyalty to you because you took care of me.
Yeah. Now, it'd be the same. Like, to me, this goes beyond, I just hope, and a lot of people go through this when they go through similar situations to where you see them in the public kind of overreaching, trying too hard to show people that you are, you know what I'm saying, remorseful and all this stuff. Like, at this point, it's going to have to be through mouths of other people. Yeah. Other people going to have to be on Vlad or come to be like, hey, man, I know Diddy, but I don't know what Diddy did for me after he went through this and this. It's going to have to be through other people speaking good of him. Right. It can't be him, you know what I'm saying, being on TV. Look at this. See what I'm doing with this? Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the Instagram. Oh, you see, I'm with my kids now. You know, they won't be with no wife beater or a woman beater like this. Like, look at me. Like, he can't do that. And so hopefully, but I can't say hopefully because him coming out with that apology on Instagram showing me that he ain't reading the room. That he not really seeing what's going on.
And going back to us being parents again. And I think you alluded to this, but like, and my 5-year-old don't watch, so she's in the bed right now as we speak. But similar situations. I mean, this little Negro was stealing everything. Like she taking her sister's stuff out of her room, like the stuff she like, you know, going to school and trying to make a little extra. Man, I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about, man, when I look behind that bed, I'm talking about open bags of chips just on the floor, Gatorade bottle. Like, I'm like, what the heck? Like, so, again, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, you talked about the getting caught in the lie, and, like, you could tell, like, no, I know exactly when you in your lie ain't that good, and you ain't got no creep about you. But she quit saying, I'm sorry. I'm like, and I had to tell the others, I said, no, you're not. I said, you got, I said, because if you wasn't caught, you wouldn't come. Now, if I walk in the door and as soon as I walk in the door, you're like, hey, look, I'm sorry I did A, B, C, X, Y, Z, then that's a genuine apology. Or if afterwards you come back to me and you're like, you know what, I didn't mean to hurt my sister's feelings. I didn't mean to, you know, be disobeying the rules. And like, okay, but like right when you get caught, sorry, no, you're not.
That's just a reaction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I tell all my, man, especially the young ones, I tell them, like, look, I said, hey, no matter how cute you are, you was a lot cuter yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to say, but like, you sorry because, and I'm looking again, he looked dumber on the apology video than he did walking down the hotel room with the towel around him.
Super dumb. Like, for me, too, I'm not a professional at this. I know people on YouTube, they have body language professionals. You know what I mean? But just with me, just like when you're looking at a man face to face.
How many kids you got?
4.
Okay, you close enough.
4. You know what I'm saying?
You close enough.
Okay. I get, yeah. So I'm, you know, when you have multiples, you kind of get a lot of stuff,
Right.
facial, body language, all that stuff. So, just looking at it, it's just like, we don't believe you, bruh. Like, but to this point, to my point, I'm just like, it's not even up to us to believe you. Who cares what we think at this point? Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, that video done said it all. So it's just, at this point now, is go through your lawyers, and other people going to have to speak good of you. Not just your sons. Your sons and...
Who are also being accused of some bullshit, too.
Yeah, I'm sure they're a part of it. I'm sure at some point, to some level, they are a part of all of this.
I mean, like, and these are niggas I'm still skeptical on. But you know what? If Bill Cosby want to speak on my behalf, I'm straight. I'll pass. You know what I'm saying? And again, didn't say he was innocent. I also didn't say he was guilty. But if he like, oh shit, I'm straight, Dr. Cosby. I'm good. Don't even worry about it. If OJ was like, oh shit, I'm gonna speak on your again, and I think OJ is it, but you know what? I'm straight. I'm straight.
That perception.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if I'm getting ready to be in the kitchen and cutting some vegetables, no, I'm just playing. But
yeah,
I'm just, if R. Kelly like, hey Shay, I'm good. So now your sons are accused of some similar stuff.
Which one? The Al B. Sure one or the King Combs?
Hell, at this point, I don't know.
Yeah, I know one of them light skin,
right,
and the other one is the Al B. Sure son is the one to be acting.
Justin, I think. Is that Justin?
He like taller or something. Because he was on BMF. No, not BMF. Raising Kanan.
Yeah.
He was on Raising Kanan and a couple other shows like that. But.
Have you watched me?
Bruh.
Shout out to Lucille.
Yeah. Did you? Well, I don't know if you saw what I shared a post
about Lucille.
About Lucille. It was a whole.
Oh yeah. I saw.
You know what I'm saying? Talking about that, I said I don't know if I'll share this and choosing violence.
Right. I saw that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, you know.
But yeah. So he was the one I think that played on BMF though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, that's Quincy, not Quincy Jones.
Al B. Sure.
Al B. Sure son. But, you know, somebody else got to speak good of him and not... Because a lot of this stuff is hush. Like, and 50 is also getting on Jay-Z, too. Because he like, hey, Jay-Z been mighty quiet lately because he canceled his Rock Nation brunch months ago when a lot of this stuff kind of bubbled up. And, you know, him and Diddy have publicly been friendly for years. They... You know, near billionaires, so, you know, they probably got a lot of stuff in common and together and stuff like that. So everybody that knows Diddy is kind of laying low. And our boy Veli actually pointed this out, too. A lot of other celebrities have unfollowed him on social media. One, LeBron James has unfollowed Diddy on social media. Like, stuff like that, to me, is like, it's phony. It's kind of fake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you my boy, you feel me? Or not even you my boy. Like, a lot of these folks, they're not really friends. They're just kind of industry friends or whatever.
Right.
But if I'm cool with you and I have a rapport with you, like, I'm not going to unfollow you on Instagram. Like, I hit you up personally or something like that. I wouldn't just do it for a show, because that's pretty much what it is.
Niggas better not say nothing, because all they got to say is, all I know is, and you done heard it here first, if some steroid allegations come out, I just want to know, is LeBron still going to be y'all king? Because when niggas start snitching, they start pulling out all your little dirty secrets.
It's coming out, dog.
You know what I'm saying? So,
in 20, 25 years, it's coming out.
Like, so is he still going to be y'all king?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so, like, again, because we tripping about this stuff, like,
it's coming out.
People said years ago, and we talked about when, who was that said that, Dylon talked about, he said some stuff about Diddy years ago. People was like calling him crazy and everything like that. And now it's coming back up. You got other people saying it.
The girl Aubrey from Danny DeCane, the white girl.
So I mean, like, it's again, like I still can't get off this nigga coming down the highway with like. But go ahead.
Bring it to no. You good now? Bring it to the thing. We both have daughters, right? And so it brings to the point to where I have, sisters as well. So it's like if you see somebody handle, your sister or, so and two, I like to look deep in stuff of this nature. So it's like Cassie pretty much got into the industry because of him. I think she was 14, 15, whatever, signed to one of his labels. And so when you look at it, she probably felt indebted to him, you know what I mean, to being around for taking all this stuff. So I get beatings, but also I'm getting notoriety. I think her stuff went platinum. You know what I mean? Her single at least went platinum. I forgot what it was a while ago, the single, but she's getting all this notoriety and stuff. And so Diddy, my boy B Howard, hit me up too. He asked like, man, what you think about all these black billionaires, kind of failing and going down like that? And I told him like, money, power, influence, it's a hell of a drug. And so when you feel that, somebody's in debt to you, like, girl, I brought you from nothing. What you gon', you know what I mean? Like, and so when you look at it kind of from that standpoint, it's like, I mean, nothing is never excusable when that stuff like that happens. But,
the white billionaires pay people to keep their secrets better.
Say it again?
I said the white billionaires pay people to keep their secrets better.
This is true.
Because you can't, and one thing, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I mean, I just don't like how, because I was going to say this when you brought up Dr. Who, like, I don't like how when shit happens, I'm for right.
Yeah.
So guess what? It could be somebody Hispanic. It could be a Jewish person. It could be an Asian person. And I'm not finna name all the Asian countries because I don't know all of them.
I know I don't.
It could be a black person.
Yeah.
It could be a white person. Like, if you're wrong, if you get caught raping somebody or you get proven guilty of that, my reaction is not, well, they're only doing it because no, throw that nigga in jail. Whatever color he is, whatever ethnicity he is, whatever religion or creed or faith he claims to be. My first reaction is not, oh, well, why no. And again, I've heard some things that you said to your children, but like the way I was raised and the way I teach mine.
Yeah.
I don't care what everybody else is doing. If you follow my standard gonna be higher than your job standard, than your classroom standard, than your coach's standard. I guarantee you, if you follow my standard, you'll never get in trouble. And if you was following my standard to the T and you get in trouble, don't worry, I'm coming up there, balls to the wall, blazing fire. But if you telling me, oh, I didn't do this, or no, I disobeyed right here, or no, I dropped. Okay, well then, I don't care what everybody else is doing. Mm-hmm. What is the rule say? If you didn't do the rule, I don't tell me. And this is black people, we got this bad. And fair or unfair, every time something happens, the first thing was, what about the white folks? The white folks didn't get caught, dummy.
I know, right?
Now, when they get caught, I hope that whatever is supposed to happen to them happen to them. Mm-hmm. When Harvey Weinstein got caught, whatever, if he's guilty of that, whatever's supposed to happen to him happened. When Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, when that shit happened, literally, because she had shit in the bed, whatever's supposed to happen, happened. Yeah. But now in this situation, let's not, if Cassie was black, nigga, he's on video. Yeah, man. So justice for Cassie and Kim Porter and Danity Kane and Young Miami and anybody else who he potentially did wrong. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like this whole narrative of now we start trying to say if it was this person or that person, was the nigga wrong? And so now if it's Joe Rogan or Donald Trump or Joe Biden or whoever the next person is, if the nigga is guilty, I hope whatever's supposed to happen to him happen to him.
Good. So when he was throwing vases and stuff like that, was he in the room? Was that in the room? That was in the
hallway. Yeah.
Okay, that was in the hallway. And two, it had me think about it. I'm like, if you were to do stuff like this, why would you do it in a hotel hallway, a hotel, not lobby, but just, when you're on your floor before you get to the elevator and all that stuff, like that area, like that's a whole nother level of arrogance, or, you know what I'm saying? Feel that you're, I'm me, so I don't care if they got cameras. Like that's a, Yeah, and then I think it was in L.A. or something, right? I think it was in L.A. I don't think it was in New York. I think it was like a Beverly Hills. You know what I mean? So they got tight security. We're talking about 2016 here. We're not talking about 2002.
And man, and you already know TMZ be out there, and so they be looking, trying to find some shit.
Yeah, so I'm like, how do you get that arrogant to walk down the hall? Like, and honestly, to be real, like, I don't know if he got the whole floor rented out or paid for. I mean, I don't know, but I'm just like, there were other rooms on that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't know how he rolled, but they said Diddy do it big. You know what I'm saying?
Not big enough to where he couldn't pay Cassie to keep her mouth closed.
Yeah.
Because what I'm saying is, if I've done that much shit with you, like, nigga, it's a word, it's a phrase, it's called set for life. Y'all ever wonder why Tony Yayo so loyal to 50 Cent?
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you Tony Yayo set for life.
Oh, for sure. No doubt.
Man, like no 50 slander will be tolerated.
At all.
Just like how Cat said no D.L. Hughley slander will be tolerated around, or no Bernie Mac slander will be tolerated, because he respects those men as men and what they've done. When you take care of people, and when the loyalty go for a long time, this anybody in Memphis know this, for a long time, you couldn't say nothing bad about DJ Paul or Juicy J. Cause who was everybody scared of in 3-6?
Infamous.
No. Infamous the brother, but who else?
To my Coop?
No, the worst rapper.
Oh, Black. Yeah. Okay.
You was not gonna slander Paul or Juice, but all of a sudden, once you set for like, once that got a little funny, in interviews and stuff, then it'd be a little indirect stuff here and there. Cause like I said, he used to be on Vlad TV a lot, and so then he would say certain stuff, won't let nobody else talk about him. But then this right here messed up, or this was fucked up. But again, when you stop taking care of that nigga, then the person who know where all the bodies are buried and all the secrets.
But that was the main reason, one of the reasons they kept him around. Because it's like everybody else from 3-6, they always had they fallouts, they beefs, they back and forth or whatever. But you saw CB was the one that was like always around.
You remember
and
there
was a reason. Yeah.
D&D?
Yeah.
They was.
You knew that was.
They was performing on stage, and I don't know. Shout out to Player Fly. I don't know if he was high. Possibly was.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
He jumped on stage in the middle of their song, and he started vibing like he was still
with him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is clearly like, this is years after the beef, after the Triple Bitch Mafia, and I like, this is years after, but he jumped up. Man, they looked at that man in the first person. Like, just how you said they kept him, the first person that swung.
Yeah. CB. Yeah. Like, it's, because he's from South Memphis too, right? CB from South Memphis. I think he's from South Memphis, though. I believe so. I think so. I think he's from South. Either that or Whitehaven, but no, Paul from Whitehaven.
Maybe.
But
no.
I think he's from South. I'll look it up.
Because because it was. I can't remember who it was he met first, but I think it might have been Juicy.
Yeah, he met him.
I think he might have met Juicy first. So, he might actually be from the north somewhere.
I think so.
But because Juicy from north.
Juicy.
So like they met each other. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like he was rapping. You know what I'm saying? And that was kind of how they met each other. And then, but I mean, I know he got people all over.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, everybody say they need a goon around. Whether that's a championship basketball team,
Tony Yayo.
You know what I'm saying?
Crunchy Black.
Or affiliated in music. You know, you need your people that's about their life. And so it's clearly, to what you were saying, Crunchy Black, you know, but he got, I put your body in the field. You know what I mean? Like, he has those memorable lines.
That man said, you can believe this. You can believe that. You can believe I got a baseball bat. I'm busting your head back. Like, that's all of his stuff is I'm going to kill you.
Repeatable. But
the message is you're going to die in every song.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to Poppin' My Collar, and I think he killed somebody in that. And that song is talking about being fresh.
Yeah.
Ain't I fresh? No, you about to get killed by Crunchy Black.
Yeah. Yep.
But again, going to the goon, but they kept the goon paid. If I done threw vases at you,
yeah,
ain't no fucking way I'm gonna let you get married to another man. I don't pay for the fucking wedding. You gonna have such a lavish wedding gift. Man, your kids gonna be, if y'all had kids, man, your kids gonna be paid. Oh, I done paid a scholarship for your kids for whenever they go to college. Cause you know I throw vases.
Yep.
You know I walk around hotel lobbies in bath towels. And think like you said, cause I bought the whole floor that the camera still don't work.
Now think about this before we kind of shut down. Like, we know he doing what he do with females, whether that's hitting them, beating them, whatever he was doing with the dudes or whatever. What about the people that's around Diddy? The people that knew it, that knew he was like this, that knew that, you know what I'm saying, that he was on demon time, however you want to call it, you know, doing stuff like that to his women, to, you know what I'm saying, the people he was with. Like, could you be around somebody like that and not say something to him? Or maybe he had people around him that did say something, but, you know what I mean, just nothing ever came to the surface. Like, could you be around somebody like a Diddy, and that was your homeboy you grew up with, and still knew what you knew about him, and still kind of not say nothing? I kind of keep it under the radar.
So, before I had children, I couldn't watch nobody hurt a child. And I'm not talking about your child do some bullshit, you gotta correct it. I just mean abusing the child, mistreating the child. We can't even be cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We talked about, you know, being girl dads. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, I'm really a girl dad now because I got all varying age ranges. I got 5 that I consistently talk to.
You got a lot going on, brother.
The 6 can't even really, you know, pay attention yet. But I got 5 different age ranges that I have to have different conversations with, from being a young adult to being almost an adult to just becoming a teenager to not, you know, just getting out of toddlerhood and then a freaking toddler. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, of course, the newborn, just like, we ain't even really just been interacting like that yet. But so before that, I couldn't be around somebody.
Yeah.
Like, we can't be, and if I heard about it, then I'm gonna keep clowning you to see, you know, was that one of those, you young and dumb, you get older, when you became a man, you start acting like a man, you do better. Because I'm not going to indict somebody for something they did when they were 15, 16, 17, 18. Even though that's a little, you know, 18 a little old, but I ain't going to indict you for that. If that's not you now. You know what I'm saying? But when I became an adult, 21, 23, 25, like, I can't be kicking it with you and your first reaction it's all what, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, cause I feel like if I know you going to rob a bank and I decide to hop in the car with you, even if I don't go in the bank, I'm just as I'm a part of it. You know what I'm saying? If I know you're going to steal some stuff out the store and I'm walking with you and I'm looking out while you swiping shit off, I'm a part of it. Let's get dark. If I know you about to put your hands on a woman. And I don't say nothing.
Or at least that you did before,
You know, I don't check you about it.
Yeah.
I don't stop you. I don't try to hold you back. I'm a part of it. I didn't mean I co-signed it. Indirectly, but I co-signed it. If you know somebody's physically, whether you drugging women or you raping, like, if you know somebody's doing that and you cool, like, you don't say nothing. Because is the paycheck that good where you don't have no moral compass? Because again, because everybody say, oh, I got a daughter, I got sisters. That's easy. But even if you didn't have a mom, even if you didn't have a sister, even if you didn't have a daughter, like, morally, are you that morally bankrupt that you could see somebody who, when it comes to comparison, is defenseless and you don't say nothing? You don't try to hold him, and you don't. Hey man, look, bro, this ain't right. And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, not but on the other side too, we know people that it don't matter who they got around. You can have, you know what I'm saying, the biggest pastor in America to tell you, you know what I'm saying, that something's not right, and they still just, you know, kind of do whatever they got to do. But we knew definitely some people around Diddy that they knew that they asked about what's going on now, and they have nothing to say about the allegations, or they just hush hush about it. Like people like that, not the people that may have said something to them, but the people that come back, hey man, I ain't got no comment. Now it could be the same way. You having no comment can pretty much be like you're kind of are
Trying to protect the person.
and you've been around them. Not saying if you don't know nothing, you don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, I can't speak on that because I don't hang out with them or nothing. But somebody like let's say like a Jay-Z or somebody of that ilk. You know what I'm saying? They've been to probably several parties together, been around each other, studio,
vacation together.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And so it's like, hey man, hey, that's that man business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their vices. Hey, they do what they do. So, you know, people like that to where anybody that's been around Diddy and that knew or just saw him doing some of the stuff that he did, like they in that same category as him to me. You know what I mean? They cowards. They some bitches probably too. You know what I'm saying? You would put them in that because like I said, if I'm hanging around you, maybe not they put you in the situation. Cause like you the dog. But like say somebody like I don't hang around as much or something like that, but I still know that's kind of what you do.
Right.
You know, I have a right to either say something or if somebody come to me and you know I got to warn them about certain, you know, people. Right. Just like if I'm hanging around you and, you know, like, look, like, I know you about to go hang out with this dude, but let me let you know, like, what kind of, what this dude kind of get into. Right. And you make your choice from there. You know what I'm saying? You can't make a grown man do nothing, but you can.
No, but it's been some times and it ain't been nothing necessarily that serious.
Yeah.
But if it was something that you thought I was going down the wrong way, you said something to me.
Yeah. Right. And that's pretty much all you could do, man. But yeah, man.
No,
but go ahead.
I was gonna say, like the conviction I speak with, and we've alluded to this for the last 4 seasons. I know me and Crown, we went back and forth one time, but and I'm not gonna throw the person under the bus and say their name, but I was in a situation with somebody who I had the opportunity to be quiet, put my music out, and I could have used that person to get myself further ahead.
Right.
And at the time, keep in mind, didn't have no kids at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't in that position like, oh, I'm thinking about my kid. No. It just morally what you supposed to stand, it ain't right. And I can't in good conscience, stay if you're going to continue to do the same thing.
And to your credit, you never blasted him or now. If I ask you some questions, you know what I'm saying? We had some off the record. We have, you know what I'm saying? You told me what was up, but you wasn't just like going everywhere about like, hey man, hey, you don't need to mess with bruh or do nothing like that. Like, but if it was brought up and you were cool enough and you felt comfortable enough, you know what I'm saying, shared your experience. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so you allowed them other people to have their own experience with them, but you told them, hey, bro, like, I see you, but, you know, hey, just X, Y, Z.
It was just like, if you're going to do that, I don't care what you being told, you need to go into this situation with your eyes open and don't be surprised and say you heard or you got manipulated. No, I'm giving you the playbook. I'm letting you look at the answer to the test. Yeah. So when you get to a certain point where it's a certain question, I already gave you the answer. Don't try to act like you didn't know because I'm telling you what it is because and this wasn't random people, but these people were people who was close to my heart. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I see you about to go. But then also, just like when I left, I told that person I didn't do it over the phone. I didn't do it through a third channel. I told that person to their face. And the people who went, I told them today, and I said, if you do this knowing and you're going to use him to get yourself further ahead, I told them to their face, you wrong. If you go and trying to use him trying to manipulate the situation to get yourself ahead, I said you wrong.
Now, I want to ask you this. Now, would it make any difference if somebody, before Cassie got into that industry, came up and told her and her parents, like, hey, I know you got a good deal on the table here with Bad Boy, with Diddy. You know what I mean? He make hits. He does this. But be aware, we know about, some of the things that he does, his whereabouts, like how does he deal with women, you know what I mean? By that time, there's already been some other stuff, maybe with his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend at the time, Kim Porter. And so she knew all this kind of coming in. Her or her parents, whatever you want to think. And so does that make the situation look a little more different to you if she knew ahead of time what she was getting into, and then now this kind of happened? Because we never really heard from her, because a lot of stuff can happen. Like she can just have low self-esteem, a lot of other stuff. But if she knew ahead of time what potentially she could be getting herself into, does that make what happened on the video seem a little bit less?
We live in an age where the goalpost is constantly moved.
Yep.
And what I mean by that is like, so now, to your point, let's say she did know, then everybody would be like, oh, well, she knew, so she shouldn't be. No,
she was young though. But
that's like, okay, if I see a bear maul somebody that jumps over into the bear pit at the zoo, and the bear just rips this person to shreds, so I know what the bear is gonna do. Guess what? Guess what happened to the bear after that bear ripped that person to shreds? They still put the bear down, and the bear is just being the bear. The bear is just doing what bears do. But they still gonna put that bear down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People have signs, beware a dog in the yard. If your dog bites somebody in the yard and like cripple that person or kill that person, the animal control is still gonna come over there and put that dog down.
Or people can have the special complex.
Right.
Oh yeah, they did it to them.
Right. Exactly.
But it wouldn't necessarily do that to me though.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So to the same token, yes, if she knew, it is a level of, and unfortunately, and I was looking at one of the videos when we was live that you had sent me about, we've created a world where we've taken accountability from women. And so one of the big words is victim shaming.
That's a topic right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Victim shaming is like you telling them, oh, that's what you get for wearing this. No, you shouldn't. Like, nobody should attack you because you wore a particular thing.
Yeah.
But now, on the flip side, let's not be stupid and say, okay, you decide to go over somebody's house at 3 o'clock in the morning while both of y'all are intoxicated, you wearing next to nothing, and you. No, now, again, if the nigga assaulted you, throw him up under the jail. But we all got common sense.
Yeah.
And I hope you didn't think you was going over there at 3 in the morning to have a conversation. And so now, if you're thinking, I'm going to use this man who has a sense of entitlement, who feels like people should just do stuff, like you said, just because I'm him.
Bow down,
You see what I'm saying? So now if you go, don't be stupid and think, okay, I'm going to go use him and he's not going to use you as well. And so now again, for that situation, for that video, man, I wish they could throw that nigga up under the jail.
Yeah.
I wish it was some niggas who walked down on the highway on his ass and beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But now again, from an accountability standpoint, and again, like raising children, like, cause I teach my children to be accountable, be responsible, own your shit. If you think that the law of reciprocity, reaping and sowing, is not a real thing, some people say karma. If you think it's not a real thing, you fooling yourself. You ain't been living long enough. Keep living.
Keep living.
The same things that you do to other people. Sometimes it may not, and I forgot who said it, but it said, man,
may not come back the same way.
Crazy thing about God is, man, we get to choose the crime. We don't get to choose the punishment. We don't get to control how or when it comes back. And sometimes it may not even come through us directly. It may hit our children. Sometimes it may be with the people that we hanging with.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so again, not victims. Like again, throw that. I wish they could throw that nigga up under the jail for that. But to play devil's advocate, if it was a situation where you're thinking that you're going to use this person, you should never walk into a situation thinking that you're gonna take advantage of somebody, and then when you get taken advantage of, try to act like, oh my God, I didn't know. And what was it? The Playboy thing that came out, and years before, like the lady was like, "Oh, I knew I was gonna try to get whatever I was gonna get from Hugh Hefner or whatever." Yeah. But then, like after he died, it's like, "Oh well, I didn't know no better." Like, hold up, how do you go from I'm trying to get everything, I'm trying to use what I got to get everything I can, and then saying I got taken advantage of?
And see, I brought that up because that can just prolong the conversation. Because at the end of the day, if somebody put a sister or whatever in that situation, the dude deserved to get beat down, regardless. But me as a brother, if I've already told you, hey, look, I don't think you need to be around this dude. I've heard some things. This dude that I know was hanging around. They kind of told me kind of what's what, and you constantly are hanging around and getting wooed by the food, the lifestyle, everything else. It's like you ain't like, oh, ha, sister, I told you so. You just more like, you more just like, damn, like, I tried to, put you up on game, but that's just another perspective because, and I don't even think this about Cassie, honestly, because she was so young at the time, like, it don't really probably fly with this. It was just a devil advocate because you got to be 13, 14 years old. You ain't really, even if somebody did tell her that, you're not really like that.
Like around 19, I think.
19, 18, yeah, 19, she was young.
She was an adult, but like
super young. Yeah, super young
to the world. But no, bro, I just don't, because that kind of goes along the lines of, and I know you probably dealt with this before. You probably dated, especially back in your TSU days, you probably dated some women that was like, I ain't trying to have nothing serious. I don't want to. So how you gonna say she broke your heart? And she told you from the jump, she's just trying to have fun. Yeah. She outside. You know what I'm saying? The weekend don't owe me nothing.
Yeah.
Like, that's her energy. And you say, and on the flip side, but how many times have you told a woman, look, I'm out here. Yeah. I'm dating. I'm in the streets. It ain't you. You don't possess it, sweetheart.
Yeah.
But we convince ourselves of things.
Yeah.
Sometimes with billionaires that you're the only one, that they're gonna eventually marry you.
Yeah.
But you see, sometimes not just in the word, but in the actions.
Definitely actions.
You see what I'm saying? Like so, how can you say this person broke my heart? Now, if the person is constantly telling you, love bombing you, I always tell you the one, I love you so much, and they're doing stuff and they keeping up this facade of appearances, but like. And again, we live in an age now where, again, to play the devil's advocate situation, if a man tell you, oh, I'm sleeping around, I'm outside or whatever, you still, and have women feeling sorry for you because he broke your heart.
Pretty much.
This nigga told you that he want to fuck you and your friends, like the Yo Gotti song.
Yeah.
But then you get mad when he fucked the Beverly. He told you.
But you know what changes? You know what I mean? What changes is, once they do have sex, they
start convincing themselves.
But we laid in the bed, he caressed me and told me he loved me. You know what I mean? Like, all that clouds whatever he probably said before, because now you ain't treat me like no hoe no more. You actually are laying in the bed with me and not leaving. You know what I mean? So it's just, we all got ego and pride. Ego and pride will tell, just like in me, it's like, okay, I know this girl didn't say she wants something serious, but man, I'm really digging her. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking she probably digging me too. So it's like maybe we on the same vibe. And so maybe what you said before don't really count now because we kind of in a situation. So that's, when you playing with that, it's crazy.
As a parent, do you really take stock of your children telling you how much they love you, knowing that right after they do that, they finna ask you for some shit? You got common fucking sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know that immediately after you're the best daddy in the whole wide world.
What do you want?
Hanging off your arm and grabbing your leg, you already know the ask is coming.
It's coming.
So now,
definitely coming.
I don't weigh stuff that said while I'm in some box, right after I'm out the box, after you got me sweating. I don't weigh that stuff too seriously because that's like being high.
Yeah.
And I believe it's called no, your endorphins, but I believe it's called oxytocin, not OxyContin. Oxytocin is the chemical that's released when you are feeling a certain type of way. Now, not saying it's not any validity in that, but again, that's like somebody being high and saying they king of the world. Like when they come down, they'll probably never say no goofy shit like that. But when they on that blow, they say some of the most outlandish shit and feel a certain type of way. But then when they come down, when they get back to reality. So again, just like when your child, and we got common sense to know, they about to love bomb you right before they ask for some shit that you already said they couldn't have. When you done got some good wood and a nigga tell you that, that's in the moment. Ask him next week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't ask him in that moment. Like and that's why, I made it a habit to, if I told a woman that, I meant that. She could ask me next week, I was gonna tell her that. Now it don't mean, you gonna be able to manipulate me to do some shit. And I'd have to explain what I meant when I said it. You know what I'm saying? If you're thinking this some emotional, like I get butterflies, like, nah, that's not what that means.
Yeah.
That means that if you're ever in a situation, whatever I can do in my power to help you, I got you. Yeah, I'm always support you. I'm always in your corner. But now if you feel like, you know what I'm saying, I wake up drawing hearts on trees and shit, like that's not what it means, sweetheart. And I had to make that very clear. If you think this mean I'm going to be texting you every 5 minutes, like that's not what it means. This means that like if you call me at 1 in the morning, you stranded somewhere, oh babe, I got to go. No, I'm coming. I'm en route. I got you. Why? Because the action of when I say look, that's what I mean. My action will show that I support you and I'm in your corner and all that. You want this emotional goofy shit? Like, nah.
Yeah.
And I have to keep reiterating that. And like we talked about the action stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But man, we don't use common sense, bro.
It matters. Yeah, before we shut down, man, I want to give a shout out to my bro Fro. That's where I got this shirt from his concert on Saturday night. Took my boys to it. Enjoyed it. It was a sold out show, I think, at Innovation Church he had out there. So yeah, salute to my guy Fro, man. Solid dude, solid brother, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we probably gonna get him on the show again soon. Man. Check out what we did with him. I think it was in season 2, 3. I don't know. Season 2.
I think it was season 3.
I think
one of them. Season 3, because season 3 was when we really just started having
guests. Yeah. So check that out, man. But yeah, y'all know what it is, man. I appreciate everybody that stood the test of time getting this stuff together. So maybe the next time we'll actually have it more together. You know what I'm saying? So, but it is what it is, man. We know we're doing stuff in real time.
Right.
So we just try to, make it how we gonna make it.
And those of you all who catch it after it gets posted are gonna miss. All of this is gonna go straight over your head because y'all are not gonna know what we talking about with the technical difficulties.
Because I'm sliding all that out. You know what I'm saying? The first 15. the first 15, 20 minutes, however long it was, man. So y'all, until next time, continue with that executive mindset.
And most definitely keep it presidential.
Salute.
Arrivederci. Bow.